2013. Nintendo launches a celebration called Luigi 30, as it was a celebration of 30 years since Luigi joined the Super Mario Brothers. And in celebration, the green shirt, green hat wearing Italian plumber Luigi got a standalone game called New Super Luigi U. Today, we review New Super Luigi U, and yes, that's a mouthful, and let you know if this was a worthy release to celebrate 30 years of Luigi.
J-Love81, and you're watching my boys gaming off the grid.
Luigi and his standalone adventure, celebrating 30 years of Luigi. It was called the Year of Luigi.
Yep.
This game originated as DLC, but then got some physical action too on the Wii U.
So, Super Luigi Bros. U was first a DLC for Super Mario Bros. U, and then it was released as a pack-in, and then it was released as a standalone game.
Yeah.
So it took a while, but Luigi finally got his own game, and I love that the case is green, because there's no other Wii U games that are green. It's just very cool.
Yeah, so it's kind of, we wanted to do a review because we just beat it on live stream, and, the question, with this game, is it worth playing? What the hell is it? Well, it's hard to say this is a standalone Luigi game in and of itself, because it's really a bolt-on to New Super Mario Bros. U.
Yes.
It has the exact same maps and levels to a certain degree. They're shorter, they're time crunched, and they're more difficult.
Yeah, so the levels are the same, but their modifications, they made them harder. You have 100 seconds compared to 400 seconds you have in the Mario game. So every level starts with the panic mode, which makes the game a lot harder.
It starts with the like letting you know, like, you gotta go.
That's how every level starts. And then, not only are you playing not as Mario, you're playing as Luigi, so you freaking have like this floatiness to you. The game makes it hard because there's a slipperiness to it. This game is tough.
Yeah, the controls, if you think you're just going to go in and it controls like all the other new Super Mario games, which, there was the one on the Wii, then this one on the Wii U. It definitely controls different. I mean, not the button layout per se, but just the way he feels. Yeah. He feels very loose. But this is by design.
Yeah, they did this on purpose.
So it is Luigi in a standalone game, but it really does feel like DLC, like an extension of New Super Mario Bros. U.
Yeah.
And a way that you can continue having variations to the fun that you had with that game.
Yeah, because the story itself and the overview map and like the Toad houses and everything like that are the same.
Yeah.
So it's just a modification of the game. So if you played through Super Mario Bros. U, and you want to play this, it's going to feel very similar.
Yep. So I think it really depends on how much did you like that game. Do you want more of that game? Now, as a Luigi fan myself, I do wish that this was its own standalone, different levels, different layout, which honestly, not knowing what I didn't know when I picked it up, I thought that's what it was going to be.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
But it just depends on what you're looking for. But that, in a nutshell, is what New Super Luigi U is all about. It's a mouthful.
Yes, so this game has a bunch of different ways to play it. So obviously there's single player mode where you play as Luigi. That's how we played it, and I feel like that's just the way to play it if you want to have the most fun, because they do offer a co-op mode up to 5 players. And I will say, we tried it just as 2 players.
Yeah.
Not only is the game hard single player, playing it 2 player or up to 4 player, I feel like it makes the game even harder.
Yeah.
Because you're in that time crunch and you're getting in each other's way, and it's hard.
It's weird to say that this game is hard if you have played New Super Mario Bros. U. You would be like, well, that game's really easy.
Oh, it's so
For
easy.
sure, it's way easy, but the time crunch in this game, if you haven't played it, you just don't know, but it is way more difficult than the original game.
Levels are way harder, too. Like, Panic Mode plus Luigi is being a freaking floaty SOB.
Yeah.
So it makes it really tough. I will say, these game modes also apply to Super Mario Bros. Wii U, so it's basically the same. There's this really cool thing in the game called Boost Mode.
Which
so
I don't... Is that in the...
It's in the Mario game,
Yep.
so if you played that one, you're familiar. 1 to 4 people can play the game. Now, Mario's not in the Luigi U game, so you play as Luigi, 2 Toads, and then this guy named Nabbit. What's cool about Nabbit is he's invincible, so it makes the game super easy. But 5th player, boost mode. It's a very weird mode, so the 5th player has the tablet, and you can like add blocks to the screen to make it easier or harder on the people actually playing. And then there's like hidden moons and all this like weird stuff. It's fun. It's kind of gimmicky. I'd much rather just play single player mode and beat the game.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and there's all sorts of things. Like if you hit 10 of the blocks created by the user that's controlling the tablet, you get like a star type deal.
It unlocks star mode.
Yeah, there's also some unlockables in this game. Once you beat the game one time, one playthrough, the first level you go into, you'll see a Mario block, or every level you go into. And when you hit that Mario block, it's just got the Mario logo on it. It reverts the controls to the original controls of new Super Mario Bros. U.
Which makes it a lot.
For sure.
So you're still playing as Luigi, but you don't have the crappy floatiness.
Yeah.
So that makes it nice, because if you're one of those people that wants to get all like the gold coins, or if you want to find everything, doing it as Luigi in that time crunch is way hard. So I think beat the game as fast as you can, then go back, hit that Mario block, so it's easier controls. And you still got the time crunch, but
the Superstar Road, if you get all the star coins in every level, so that kind of gives you a reason. Your second playthrough involves Nabbit a lot more, because there's several times where he will appear on your map in various locations.
And you got to chase him down in the levels, so it's a different way to play the levels. And if you chase him down and catch him before the level ends, you unlock the P-Acorn.
We call it the P-Corn.
The P-Corn, which is cool because it's basically infinity flying.
Yep.
Like you can fly, so you use it on certain levels and you can just fly.
Yeah, so you still have the glide, but every time you hit R for the swoop mechanic, you can do that infinitely.
Yeah, so it makes some of the levels super easy. You use it once, and then when you finish the level, it goes away.
Yep.
So that kind of sucks, but
then you just gotta go find Nabbit.
Yeah, you just gotta go find Nabbit again. It does make it so if you're struggling on certain levels, you can use it. So that's kind of a fun thing. There's a secret island that you unlock once you beat the game where you fly through this pipe, and it basically, you go into this house. It's a purple mushroom house, and all it does is tell you your stats.
Yeah, keeps your stats. How many Goombas have you killed?
I was like, okay, that's cool, but that's it? That's all they offered in the secret island?
Yeah.
Alright, but you unlock all these cool things, but they are kind of gimmicky. You know, once I beat the game, I was like, no, this is cool, but I probably won't go through it again. You know?
Well, I think it's time. We got to review this game.
Yep.
We're going to put it on the Game Pro review scale and talk about various factors of this game. How'd you feel about the game's controls? We've mentioned that they're slippery, that he slides around. Do you punish the score, even though that was by design, to make this version harder?
I don't feel like it's the control's fault. It controls exactly how you want it to control. It's Luigi that's slippery. It's the way the game is developed. They do it on purpose. So it's not the control's fault. I feel like the controls are good and they make sense, like based on the power-ups you have, the running and jumping mechanic. It makes sense. It's just Luigi's a pain in the ass. So I'm going to give controls a 4.0.
Yeah,
because it makes sense.
It's
a Mario game.
Knowing what I know now, they made this to be a more difficult game for seasoned new Super Mario Bros. U players.
Yeah.
And that was their design.
So it's not the controls' fault.
Yeah.
The controls do what you tell them to do. Now, graphics. What do you think graphics?
You know, I've always thought, I think there was a lot of, people maybe was thinking this new Super Mario Brothers stuff when it came out on the Wii, and then again on the Wii U, and then there's versions of these on the DS as well. Maybe it got a little stale. Yeah, I understand that. I do, for sure, because they all kind of look the same.
Yeah.
Different, but they look the same. But I've always thought visually they look really nice. And if you don't play the games like back to back to back to back, and you just randomly play them, like I just beat the second one on the 3DS on a trip we recently had.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. And from a visual standpoint, it just looks like modern 2D Mario perfection. Not a ton going on. This isn't like, you Doom 2016 on a PS4 Pro or something.
Yeah, it's not like going to blow you away, but it's a 2D game and it looks beautiful.
Beautiful. Great colors. Great environments, great level design. I gotta say like a 4.5.
I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5. That's really good, but it's simple and it knows what it is, and it's beautiful. So that's why it's so high. It's a gorgeous game.
Yeah, I think I'm a little more of a fan of these types of the new series, I guess, if you want to say it's a whole series. A little bigger fan than most. I get it. It's not on the level of how the game progressed, from the original all the way through World. But they're serviceable.
Now moving on to sound. I'm going to give sound a 4.0 just because it's a Mario Luigi game. It sounds like how it should sound.
Yeah.
You got this nice music, Mario music, the power-up sounds. I don't know what else you want. Like, it sounds like a Mario game.
I think they did everything they should do. None of these songs in this soundtrack really jump out. You know, there's a lot of Mario games in my hard drive that, you know, you find yourself randomly whistling or humming. None of these really did that for me.
No, but
they serve the game.
They fit the game, and you hear it and you're like, oh, that's a Nintendo song, or that's a Mario song. It just has that vibe. Now moving on to the most important rating, and that is fun factor. Is this game worth a playthrough? Did we have fun playing it?
This is tough. Yes, we had fun playing it.
We beat it, so...
I would have had more fun had it been a standalone, its own thing, Luigi doing a different map and different boss fights, but that's not what it is. And the game...
You can't discredit that because of, you know what I mean?
I think it depends on where you played it in your journey. For me, I'd say like a 3. After beating New Super Mario Bros. Wii U, I didn't need this again. Had I not played that and played this first, and that maybe you might rate it higher as a fun factor because you hadn't slogged through a game just to play a game that's just a slight variation of the game.
It's the same.
So I think it depends on when you play it. If it's the first one you play, you might rate that a little higher.
I will say the first time we played it, because we did it all on live stream, I was getting super frustrated and I was getting annoyed with the game and I wasn't having any fun. That's because I was attacking it like a normal Mario game.
Yeah.
And it's not because you're Luigi and you're slippery. But
And
once
it's heavily timed.
once I figured out what the game was, and once I figured out, oh, this is how you play as Luigi, you can't just play it like a Mario game, then I started having more fun.
Yeah.
But the first level, I was getting pissed because I kept dying.
Yeah, I think this game yields itself well. Speedrunners would probably like it. We tended to do better in levels that we just let loose.
Yeah, you kind of have to. You don't have time to mess around.
But, you know, fun factor, I think, kind of also replayability. I probably won't go back and play this again.
Yeah. I mean, we unlocked all these modes and all this stuff, but like I said earlier, it's like kind of gimmicky and we beat it, so...
But I will go back and play New Super Mario Bros. U again.
Yeah.
The review for this is on the Wii U. You mentioned earlier that the boost mode, that's not on the Switch. So if someone's wondering, well, why wouldn't I get this on the Switch? I think the nuts and bolts of what we are talking about...
So New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe includes Super Mario Bros. U and Super Luigi Bros. U all in one. It's the deluxe version on the Switch. But it doesn't offer the boost mode.
Yeah, so majority of what we're telling you here, though, would apply to that variant. But just so you know, that the Wii U one is the only one we've played. But of those scores, this whole thing shakes out of the 3.875.
3.875.
It's pretty dang good for a game that is kind of just rehashing, you know, what its predecessor
It started off
did.
as a DLC and then got its standalone game. I'm glad that we beat it.
Yep.
I'm glad that we stuck with it, and it was fun towards the end. It's just...
This game offers far more value than the majority of DLC that you're thinking of. It's got 8 worlds, levels. I mean, you get...
Searching for the coin.
Yeah,
there's a lot of
here.
stuff to do.
Yeah.
It was cool because there's kind of forking paths, and there's a world we didn't even play.
Yeah. Because somehow
Just by accident, yeah.
That's what we think of New Super Luigi U. It was fun. I'm glad we beat it on stream. It made for a good time.
It was fun, and we had a ton of people watching us play on stream.
Yeah.
The boss fights were fun. It's just getting used to playing as Luigi. It's cool that once you beat it, though, you unlock the Mario mode. So
if you're wanting variety and a challenge dialed up substantially from the game that this spawned from, you may have a good time with it because it is substantially harder than Super Mario Bros. U.
Yeah. Wait. Let's talk about this beer.
Drekker.
This is after school. Prrrt. Prrt. I don't know. Prrrt.
This is North Dakota brewery, right?
Yep. This is a snack time sour. That's all it says. But on the back, it says gimmicks. And this is where I got into the flavor profile.
Yeah.
Gimmicks. Pineapple. Plum. Strawberry. Raspberry. Passion fruit. Gushers. Fruit by the foot. Lactose. Vanilla beans. Sea salt.
Gushers and fruit by the foot is what jumps out at me.
Holy crap. Snack time.
Yeah.
I think this beer is like trying to capture like you being a kid again.
Yeah.
You know, snack time.
So I was thinking more of a dessert sour, which a lot of those don't have a ton of sour to it. This definitely has about the amount of pucker that Gushers would have.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of. It
Dude.
reminds me of like various types of gushers.
That you put the whole bag in your mouth.
Yes.
Dude, this beer has a lot going on.
Yeah.
You take a mouthful and it's like, whoa, there's a lot of flavor. It's really freaking good.
Heavy
Really
pineapple
good.
juice base though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I like pineapple.
So do I.
Dude, it's thicker. It says shake the can before you pour it because there's chunks. Oh man, dude, we've been on a Drekker kick. We have a few more we got to review, and man, every beer we've had from them has been they're freaking hammers, bro.
Yeah, and I think I even said the last Drekker sour we did. I'm not really into sours right now. I've kind of been there, done that. I just go through waves of what I crave for beer. I've even said before I'm not a huge IPA fan, but now I'm really digging IPA. So it just depends on what you're in the mood for. But I will say every one of these. Well, this is the third Drekker sour we've had.
Yep.
This is just a unique experience.
Yeah.
Just not even from a beer fan standpoint, but just from a taste fan standpoint.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa.
Like, what is happening
Chewy.
here? So I think if
Percussion.
you're a beer fan or like a foodie and you just like different experiences, this is unique in and of itself. And just because it's so unique, I'd have to give it a really high score, man.
Yeah,
it's really good.
really enjoyable. It's really good.
Yeah.
Amazing beer. Decent game.
Yeah,
I'm glad that we beat it.
for sure.
Because we started a while ago going through all the Mario games, and I guess this technically is a Mario game. So it's fun that we beat it. It is weird going back to Super Mario Bros. U and playing it because it feels so much easier.
Way easier.
So, because I'm used to playing as Luigi, and then I'm like flying through Mario, getting all the coins.
When you've played so many Mario games in your life, when you get to it, you just have a rhythm and like a cadence of how you play and when to jump, and you don't even think. You just do.
Yeah.
This game, you have to like just wipe all that out, which is impossible to do.
So I guess that makes the game kind of unique and fun, because
Yeah.
it's like a different experience.
Yeah. Glad we played it. Glad I know what it has to offer. I personally probably don't see myself playing it again.
Yeah, probably not.
Unless we're hanging out with a friend or something that's playing it and they want some help or whatever.
It was fun, and I definitely think it's worth at least one playthrough.
Yeah.
If you're a Mario fan, if you're a Luigi fan, it's fun. It's just going to take a while to get used to Luigi because he is frustrating.
If you were looking for the DLC, keep in mind the Wii U eShop will be closing. So if that is your way of getting it, you might want to get on that pretty soon. We have about a year. I think this green variant of the standalone game will be highly collectible on the Wii U.
Yeah.
So there's also new Super Mario Bros. U without this
Yeah.
in there. I think that'll be the least expensive. I think this will be second most. And you don't see this around very much.
It's a standalone game. It's a green cover. It's different. Yeah.
Yep. I think this will be one that people are after, and I'm not thinking hundreds and hundreds of dollars, but I just think people will be after it. It would not shock me that variant of the game at some point in time is in that $60 to $75 range.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked, especially once the eShop closes and people start really collecting for the Wii U again. Yeah.
But if you want to see more narrative on Wii U stuff and collections and Wii U tips and tricks and all that, we will have various cards throughout this whole episode pop in and some links in the description below.
Yep.
But for those of you that were around for the live stream of this game, much love. We appreciate all the support. For those of you who haven't played this game and are wondering, is it worth a playthrough? Read your own mail. We're kind of like, probably. Anyway, new Super Luigi U on the Wii U.
Yeah.
He's in the bag.
What a mouthful. These games are mouthful titles. New Super Luigi U,
Gets out of
Super
control.
Mario Bros. U Deluxe. It's just crazy.
Out of control. We always appreciate you guys tuning in and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you next time right here on Gaming Off the Grid.
Oh, man. There's so much going on.
Yeah.
Wow. That's fucking...
It's good.
That's deep, dude. That has deep flavor.